The ketogenic diet stops colon cancer. Next on What the Fitness. What's up, guys? It's Friday, and so you know what time it is. It's time for What the Fitness. And we have a return guest this week, Shawn Baker. Now, Shawn posted something to his Instagram that was a study. Good. We like studies. The title is Ketogenic Diet Suppresses Colorectal Cancer Through the Gut Microbiome, Long-Chain Fatty Acid Stearate. Okay, so stearate is a long-chain fatty acid that apparently in this study suppressed colon cancer. When I saw this, the first thing I saw was the mouse on the graphic, and I'm like, oh, it's a mouse study. You know, I think I'm not going to say anything negative about the study because, quite frankly, I didn't read it. Okay, it was in mice. Fine, we'll see if it translates to humans. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. What I'm more miffed about is the carnivore cult asymmetrical application of logic. Let's talk about it. An example of asymmetrical application of logic would be Paul Saladino has a video on YouTube where he refers to all epidemiology as garbage. Epidemiology is observational studies. But then when he was on Joe Rogan, he cited numerous epidemiology studies. That is an example of asymmetrical application of logic because he is saying this thing sucks, except when I like it right here, and now you should pay attention. Yeah, that doesn't work that way, guys. If you are going to knock a whole field of research or a certain study design, then you have to also accept that it's also garbage, even when it's a study that you like. If you're going to talk about this mouse study that the ketogenic diet, probably in some knockout mice, my guess, suppresses colorectal cancer. Oh no, it was germ-free mice. So they were like implanting microbiomes from other mice into germ-free mice that have no microbiome. Like, this is not physiological stuff. It's important research because this is how we start forming hypotheses, but this is like the genesis of research. This is like research that's done to ask more questions. This isn't like, that's it. This is proof that the ketogenic diet suppresses colon cancer. And you know, his take home from this was, and they told us not to eat red meat because it causes colon cancer. Now, I will tell you, I don't necessarily think red meat causes colon cancer. The research on unprocessed red meat is pretty equivocal in terms of some studies show it causes colon cancer, other studies show it don't. And additionally, it's confounded by the fact that people who eat higher amounts of meat tend to eat lower fiber, and fiber has a very powerful effect on colon cancer. Speaking of which, Shawn likes to talk about how fiber doesn't matter. It's just a waste. It's basically just toilet paper. It's filler. You don't need it. Okay, Shawn. So this transplant mouse study is like you're spiking the football. What about the millions of data points in humans showing that fiber intake reduces the risk of colon cancer very consistently? And oh, by the way, you can find tons of rodent studies like this showing mechanistically that fiber decreases colon cancer, incidence, progression, all those sorts of things. When a study design shows that it's not even red meat, just the ketogenic diet. I've made diets for mice before. The protein is some protein powder, and the food is powderized or in pellets. They're not feeding these mice red meat. They're not feeding them steak. Like, this isn't what's happening, Shawn. It doesn't even say what he says it says. If you're going to like beat your chest about this mouse study, why aren't you beating your chest about the studies in fiber? Oh, that's right, because it doesn't fit your bias, because you've talked mad on fiber, because, I don't know, you were traumatized by eating vegetables as a child. I don't know. Anyways, eat your fruits and veggies, kids, and you can also enjoy some red meat if you so choose. All right, guys, I will catch you next week.